It's time now for the Peter Channel Morning News on this Wednesday morning, October 12th, 2016. Got, got Good morning to you all on this lovely Wednesday morning, October 12th, 2016. Here now your news and odds. Top story at 7:01 a.m. on this Wednesday morning is Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman John Podesta said Tuesday that the FBI and other law enforcement agencies are investigating hackers GBL accounts suggested the top Trump advisor colluded with WikiLeaks and rest intelligence. As igniting Galaxy Note 7 phones cause as far as plane delays and governmental investigations, steps that engineers face a different problem. They couldn't get a device to catch fire. Amazon's long-rumored on-demand music streaming service is now available. The company relaunched its Prime Music service as Amazon Music under limited on-demand quest and compared to like the Spotify, Apple Music, and Google Play Music. In 2010, nearly 50 years after John F. Kennedy called for the United States to send a man on the moon, President Obama went to the Kennedy Space Center to set a new course. The end is near. Billy Bush's exit from today's emission as source told U.S. Weekly, the Senate confirmed the U.S. that the TV personality 44 won't be returned to the morning show following its non-Trump tape scandal. A woman seen tied up and crying in the video posted to YouTube was an actress and not a missing Wisconsin teen, Caleb, cops said. Herbal arrest. The battle plans to ask the Islamic State from the city of Mosul are in place, but an easy mix-up forces fighting against the militants could delay the fight of ignite separate conflicts. Airstrikes and fuel in Yemen on Sunday have inflamed local opinion and Washington support for Saudi Arabia campaign against Houthi rebels and predicted that United States and civilian deaths. Kabul, Afghanistan. Afghan official says at least 17 people, including policemen, are dead after a militant attack at a Shiite shrine in the capital, Kabul, late Tuesday. Paris. Lawyers for the only survivor suspect of last November's attack said Paris said they will no longer defend him because he refuses to speak. In September 1999, North Carolina was hit hard by Hurricane Flood. The river banks overflowed and flooded last week. The images stories coming out of air now in the wake of Hurricane Matthew showed similar destruction. More than a dozen officers from the San Antonio Police Department will face punishment for a word. Donald Trump, make America great again, after the video tweeted out Tuesday as Republican nominee, the city police chief said. A group of crafty Virginia cops used a life-size doll to lure an alleged sexual offender in a hotel when it catch a creep red-handed, authorities said. Washington. The U.S. Supreme Court on Tuesday agreed to decide whether to block a lawsuit against former Attorney General John Ashcroft and others by non-U. Washington. Pentagon officials say ISIS is trying to use commercially available drones to attack troops in Iraq by arming them with a small amount of explosives. Washington. Police have been using data from Facebook, Twitter, and other social networks collected by the company Geophilia to track protesters, according to ACLU. Fall River messages that a Fall River woman who was pleaded not guilty to charges he stole $120,000 from a 92-year-old woman who she was hired to care for and use it for herself. Kathleen King had pleaded not guilty on Tuesday. He kind of lost over $250 from a person 68 years age and over. Authorities say King was hired to assist alleged victims with cooking, cleaning, shopping, and other household tasks. In 2015, after gaining women's trust, they say King withdrew $1,000 from her bank accounts. Santa Fe, New Mexico. Donald Trump's welfare has helped find the 2016 presidential race and has also shaping the campaign's text debate. Shares in Ericsson have been diving after Swedish telecom company more profits have been down 94% by the third quarter. The stock slumped 16.7% more than trading, robbing billions of dollars from the firm's market value. Tokyo, Japan's Toyota, the Motor Corporation of many vehicle makers, Suzuki Motor companies said they plan to explore possible partnerships and technological challenges that need to keep the pace with the rise of consolidation of the global auto industry. The Eurozone factories, mines, and utilities stepped to protect the August East words that the pound shop fails and whack in the UK. Moscow. Russian media reports oil company Rosneft got close to the deal to purchase a small rival Bashneft at some point Wednesday. Houston. Aggressive action to fund those opposing the building the Dakota Access Pipeline project inside a separate convention protest action and energy coalition said. Also, Norway. No production with activity oil wells in the Kurdish north of Iraq should boost the production capacity by 10%. Norwegian company DNO. Washington. Council paid the largest civil penalty levied against the cable operator in history, FCC, for wrongfully charging customers for service. And now look at the stocks. The Dow is down 200.3 and at 18,120.66. SP 5 down 26.93 at 2136.73. And that's it. Down 81.89 at 5,246.79. Fragmentary fossils found in Southwest Texas 3 decades ago began under a strange group of animals known as beddogs, according to the new study. I know this concept of the Kuiper Belt object as a new dwarf planet found in our solar system. Japanese, American, and U.S. writers among better Nobel favorites. Under that, scientists at Tsinghua University in China found weapons that are solution that contain both carbon nanotubes and graphene, that super strong material made from light carbon atoms and an insect larvae immediately went to work producing big. Panama City, Florida. Donald Trump is returning in the Grand Old Party Park. The attention is similar to the Republican Party figure, shutting down the government and nearly bringing the nation to default escalated that red symbol. Washington. Trump urged supporters vote on wrong day. Tom DeLong sent 2 emails to Clinton's campaign chair, jumping us about the mutual interest UFO and aliens. Over the weekend, as Donald Trump sexually aggressive comments on leaked tape blew up the news article and threatened to cancel a bulwark of sport emerged among male evangelical leaders. Peter Chaluduzab is 7:07 on this Wednesday morning, and it's time now for Spot Report. Last night, in the baseball playoffs, the LA Dodgers defeated the Washington Nationals 6-5 to force a Game 5 in Washington. And the Chicago Cubs are moving on in on CS with a 6-5 victory with the Substitute Jazz to take the series 3-1. Johnny Cueto started the Cup. Giants against the Cubs team, they dominates Madison Bumgarner started whooping away did the Game 7 2014. Tim Tebow was 0 for 3 in his first Arizona Fall League game with the Scottsdale Scorpions. Peter Chaluduzab is 7:08 on this Wednesday morning, and it's time now for a traffic and transit report. Baby! Let's start off in the MTA, where on the subway system it's looking good on the commuter rail. Fairmont train 750, 8625 a.m. inbound. Wisconsin today, all train paths may consider local buses train 752 to 7:15 a.m. inbound. But otherwise, the avenue commuter lines are looking good, and on the ferries they are looking good. Alright, highways and byways of New England on this Wednesday morning. 95 at the southbound side, it is back to the Bridgeport, the Norwalk, Merritt Parkway, westbound side, it is back to the Bridgeport, all the way at the Norwalk. 95 at the northbound side, so after 91 at New Haven. 91 at the northbound side, also from Middletown, down to downtown Hartford. 91 at the southbound side, so around Hartford, Connecticut. 84 eastbound side, also after Route 8 in Waterbury and Henry Skin in West Hartford and downtown Hartford. 91 at the southbound side, back to 291 and 57 in Springfield. Out in central Massachusetts, Route 2 eastbound side of Lowell for Westminster on 11th Street, 290 eastbound side of Lowell for the Worcester stretch just before Route 122. 146 at the northbound side of the slope before 290 in Worcester. Out in Rhode Island, 95 at the southbound side of the backed up from 15 to 95 downtown Providence. 146 southbound slope before 95 downtown Providence. 146 at the northbound side of the slow after Route 99 in Lincoln, Rhode Island. 99 at the northbound side of the backed up around 122 in Woonsocket. 95 at the northbound side of the day is backed up from 123 to Attleboro all the way at 152 out of North Attleboro. 295 at the northbound side of the day is backed up around Route 95 in Attleboro. 140 at the northbound side of Lowell around Route 18 in New Bedford. 95 at the northbound side it is slow from Boston Street to Kenton all the way to Route 128 Kenton. 24 at the northbound side of the day is backed up from Harrison Boulevard to Dave out of Route 128 Kenton. Route 3 at the northbound side of Lowell from 18 to Wayne before the Braintree Split. 495 in the northbound side of Lowell, Hopkins just before the Bass Park. Bass Park eastbound side of back for Framingham to Natick, and then Hipper again from 120 west of the Newton around Route 16, and then Bass Park to the westbound side is backed up around East Boston all the way to South Boston. 128 on both ends is back to 24, 28 red off, and then southbound side backed up all the way to the Braintree Split. Southbound is back to the northbound side is slow from Braintree Split all the way up to Dorchester. 120 on the northbound side is also from Route 128 Kenton all the way. 128 northbound slow for 95 Kenton all the way to Route 9 in Wellesley. 120 is southbound side is backed up Linfield all the way to Route 2 in Lexington. Route 2 eastbound side is backed up from Belmont all the way after the Fresh Parkway in Cambridge. 93 is southbound side is backed up from Methuen all the way after the Zachem Bridge in downtown Boston. Route 1 is southbound side is backed up Chelsea all the way to Charlestown. Route 3 is southbound side is backed from 485 and all the way to Billerick, and then hit breaks again from 62 to Burlington all the way to Route 128. Up in Southern New Hampshire, looking good. Except on 93 of the northbound side, Lotus around Lincoln, New Hampshire. But Howard and Marwars in Maine and Vermont are looking good in east of the southbound side of Lotus after the Canadian border up in Vermont. And so y'all, and Out in New York City, Long Expressway, westbound side of the back to the Queens, all the way up to Brooklyn. 278 eastbound side of the back to the Bushwick to Long Expressway. 278 to the westbound side of the back to the Rebels to Bushwick. 278 eastbound side of slow from Park Slope all the way out to Jamaica. Around the Brick Stretch. Lincoln Tunnel on the eastbound side of Little Slope, New Jersey, down to Midtown Manhattan. Long Expressway, westbound eastbound side of Little Slope, Midtown Tunnel. FDR Drive, southbound side of slow from Harbor on the Upper East Side. 95 minutes southbound side is back to the Bronx all the way out to Route 98, George Washington Bridges, so from Fort Lee, New Jersey, all the way out to the Upper Manhattan. Peter Childers Hub is 7-Eleven on this Wednesday morning, and it's time now for a weather report. Latest on Nicole, which is a Category 2 storm on the Saffir-Simpson wind scale with current location in Nicole, 27 with the north, 67.0 to the west, best the same with 100 miles an hour, and a movement northwest at 7 miles an hour. Hurricane Nicole with 100-mile winds is headed toward Bermuda. Hurricane water effect for Bermuda. Hurricane water means that hurricane conditions are expected somewhere with warning air. Warning is typically issued for 6 hours before anticipated physical occurs at storm force winds. Conditions that make outside preparation difficult and dangerous, and preparation to protect life and property should be rush circulation. For storm preparation specific area, please monitor the part of this by local National Meteorological Service at 5 a.m. at Atlanta Standard Time. Largest district of Hurricane Nicole was located in the latitude 227.9 at the north, latitude 67.0 to the west. Nicole is moving toward the north-northwest near 7 miles by the turn toward the north with increase in forward speed is speculated today as an additional increase in forward speed with that turn toward the north-northeast is forecast by Thursday. On the forecast track, the core of Hurricane Nicole will be near Bermuda Thursday. Maximum same wind time increase near 100 miles an hour with forecast. Some 3 minutes forecast possible during the next 36 hours. Nicole could be near major hurricane strike by later today. Hurricane force winds extend hours up to 30 miles an hour from the center and 12 force winds estimate out 150 miles and estimated minutes at pressure 97 millbars, rate for 65 inches. And wind hurricane conditions are expected to begin on Bermuda Thursday morning with a tropical conditions expected to begin by later today and tonight. Storm surge and dangerous storm surge is expected to produce coastal flooding in Bermuda near the coast. The surge will be accompanied by large and destructive waves and rainfall of Nicole's affected parts. Total rain call. Volume indications reported 8 inches over Bermuda for Thursday and surface swells exerted in Nicole will affect Bermuda during the next few days, and those swells will create dangerous surface conditions and rip currents. Please prefer products being issued by the Bermuda Weather Service. Seven-day forecast goes like this. Today, South got about 66 degrees, calm wind. Tonight, Patrick drizzle after 5 a.m. Warriors of fog after 5 a.m. was increased clouds about 49 degrees, calm wind, becoming 5 miles an hour. For Thursday, Patrick drizzle before 8 a.m. Then a slight chance of showers after 3 p.m. Areas of fog before 8 a.m. was mostly clouds got about 68 degrees. Light variable wind becoming in the southwest from 5 to 10 miles an hour in the morning. Chest base to 20%. Thursday night, a chance of showers mean before 9 p.m. Most clouds got a gradual becoming most clouds got about 45 degrees. Light variable wind becoming northwest from 5 to 7 miles an hour. Afternoon and evening, chest base 30%. Friday, says got about 59 degrees, a low about 37. No for about 7-11 miles, gusts is high 28 miles an hour for Saturday. Sunday, most gusts got about 57, about 31 degrees. For Sunday, Sunday podcast about 63, about 47 degrees. Monday, put these to the most gusts about 67, about 31 degrees. And for Tuesday, most gusts about 68 degrees. Currently not near, it is clear skies, and we have a temperature of 37 degrees with humidity at 99%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel Morning News on this Wednesday morning, October 12th, 2016. I'm Peter Sweet for good morning and good positive day, and hope you have a good day.